exposition, background. Do you need pencil? All right, we gotta go. We're already late, so I need it down in the notes. All right, who can tell me what are the 4 paragraphs of the narrative essay? Who can tell me first? Let's go. Exposition. What is that also known as? Background or setting, right? Every single time. Second paragraph. What is it? Rising action. What do we also know rising action as? The problem of the story. Good. Third paragraph. Climax. So what does the climax need? What is it? Why is it important? What is it? No, it's not the solution. It's the highest point of the story, right? Now the last paragraph, you said it? Solution. You got it? Good. Number 2, who can explain how the case of Plessy v. Ferguson impacted the South? What model, what way did we learn that? About the water fountain. Can anyone describe the 2 water fountains we saw in that primary source? What were they like? So one of the white water fountains ran automatically. The black water fountains you had pump, right? The black water fountains was a lot dirtier, right? The white one was crystal clear. Good. Now, number 3, who can tell me the part of their essay that you wrote that you had the most difficulty? Again, it's an opinion, so whatever you think. When you were writing your essay, what was your hardest part? All right, the climax of the story was the hardest? Okay, good. Rising action, what about the rising action made it difficult for you? Very good. Noticing the storm. Describing the storm approaching, right? So this paragraph has to be the climax of the story because they're inside. It's the highest point of the story. They're choking. They're hacking for air. We don't know what's going to happen to the character. You get it? All right. Good job. And last but not least, and how do we know? Very good. They're starting to, so rising action. You see that? Because they're building to what's going to happen what? Next. You see what we did? Now you guys should be able to do the following. You should be able to pick up any piece of reading material. You should be able to pick out what part of the narrative it is. And that's half the battle, right? So when you pick up something to read, you should automatically think in your head, well, is this the setting of the story? Is this the rising action? Is this the climax? Or is it the what? Solution. And once you have that down, you have half the battle being able to read the narrative. Okay? You guys give yourselves a round of applause. Are there any questions, concerns? So when you go over the table, the next rotation, you're going to be finishing up your essay, and you're also going to be comparing your essay to the rubric that's on the table. All right? Once you compare it to the rubric, I want you to come up with 2 things you need to improve on in your narrative, and I want you guys to peer edit somebody else's work. Okay? Good job. All right, rotate. All the people are doing the right thing. Raise your hand if you get the 3rd. Why is this the 3rd? Because it's the what? Good. That's correct. 3. The hot sun critic beads the sweat upon my forehead. Where's it go? Who thinks 1? Were you able to do this a week ago? If I give you sentences, would you be able to tell me where they go? Now it seems like it's easy. And we have a vote. I walk slowly down the dirty sidewalk. What do you think? So we got, how many people say 2? So everyone says 2. Is it? So could it go anywhere else?
It could.
It could go where? So who thinks it could go in setting 2? Alright, so yeah, it could go 1 or 2 depending on the story and how it develops, right? Because it is describing the setting, but it also could be used to describe some sort of rising action, right? Good, you guys did a great job. On the board, I want you to read this to yourselves, and I want somebody to come up and put a volunteer. I want you to put a big number, 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the board once you read it. If you know, come up.